It's weird because I'm like an album guy. I really look forward to when people put out albums, and I listen to it all the way through, which I'm getting by the vibe of it. You guys do as well.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
but that's not how most people do it.
I know.
And I feel like a lot of people, including myself, like in the past, I like listen to the first five songs. So like I wouldn't say I put the five best first, but I would say that I put like the five most commercial ones first.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, just like the ones and the most relatable ones.
Hmm.
And yeah, I always thought it'd be hilarious to start a record off with the end,
Hmm.
which I find very funny because I didn't know, but I found out My Chemical Romance started a record out like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought I thought it would be fun. So I put the first five, like the end, slowly creeped up on me to be one of my favorites. And then we have Typical Me, which I wrote with my idols, which is pretty cool, John Feldman,
Nice.
um,
Mm.
from Goldfinger.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Girl Shaped, and then Petty, and then I think it's also Blue. So yeah, I definitely put like the most energy and catchy and easy to understand ones up front.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And but I think,
Yeah.
in that same vein, like where it, got to focus on commercial and singles and all that shit and keeping people's attention. I also think you did a great job of creating an album experience because there is still that ebb and flow and that vibe, because it's not like front loaded with all the bangers and then all the slow shits on the back end. You've still got that ebb and flow with weaving in the slower songs. So I commend you for that.
Thank you. And I agree, but it's so funny because I put this track list together without listening to it because transparently I was a little uh like I was a little frustrated at the world
Hmm.
because how how non-album minded people are, because my initial draft for this record was the entire thing in order, like chronologically of what happened, and sonically
Hmm.
it worked.
Hmm.
The thing with Pete Wentz never really happened, so that one was a little tough to fit in,
Hmm.
but I kind of made it so that, let's call them the fakes, but I appreciate them too. The
Hmm.
fakes, uh, that's so mean. I'm not going to call them that. You can keep this in. I'm sorry. I don't know what to call the people listening to this that don't listen to entire albums. Just please start doing that.
Locals. Locals. Yeah.
Yeah, locals.
Hmm.
So I put the first five so the locals could hear it. But yeah, with that, like I was just like, okay, I'm gonna put it like for the listener and
Hmm.
not for the story.
Hmm.
And I was listening once it came out, and I heard the transition from interlude to Too Young.
Hmm.
I heard it, and my wife and I started dying laughing. I was like, "This is the most ridiculous transition I've ever heard in my entire life."
Yeah.
Um, it's I didn't know where else to put a 3.5 minute drum solo.
Yeah.
I mean,
um,
but let's be honest. The drum solo is fucking sick.
It's fire, man.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. But freaking, and I totally played that. Nobody else helped me
No,
with that at
no.
all. It was
That was
just
all you?
me. All
Oh,
just me.
Okay.
Not a
just
really
you.
good drummer came in and did it.
All right.
Did
Of
not.
course, of course.
Noted.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, just going from that into Too Young is almost so wild of a transition. It looks like a humor play. So
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like if I put that drum solo anywhere else, it would give the same vibe. It was just the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sure.
Yeah.